Alright, so I'm going to show you guys a little technique here I might use in this situation. I'm going to just be using Bezier spline and curvy loft. This is Dave's model. I'm going to steal it, parts of it. Or hold on. I mean, I think this did an okay job here, Dave's. A little weird in here, but whatever. I'll just show you another method. What the? So this probably isn't the fastest method or anything like that, but I think it's going to end up giving results, probably how that laptop was actually designed. Like, I doubt in reality these are radiuses on the computer. You know, if it was done in like SolidWorks or something, it's using these two tools are probably going to give more closer results to what was really happening. So first I'm going to get some splines drawn in here. You know, and I think this might be similar to how Dave got his curves. Like, you know, this curve that's not like a radius. You see how it's like elongated and then dives in. So it's probably a similar technique there. I'm going to use the uniform B spline. I set it to 4. I'm not even quite sure which icon it is in this toolbar, but you know, it's part of the Bezier spline. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click in the midpoint, again, and on the end. Setting it, I'm typing 15S, which is going to give me 15 segments. Basically, with this tool, anytime you click on a point and then put your first control point on that same line, it's going to make this curve dive in and be tangent here. You know, for instance, I can drag this up. You see, it's always going to stay tangent down in this area, and I think Fredo is going to eventually add this capability in SketchUp without the need to have these like guidelines, to where you could just click this point and drag it and it locks to this line. Whatever, that's beside the point. So I'm going to do another one here. Again, it's uniform B spline, 15S. I guess I don't really have to erase those. So that's my curves. Instead of, you know, what I could do here is probably get these segments even and just use curvy loft. This one, the skinning to fill this in, but I'm gonna do a different little method here. It's something that I don't think a lot of people are using in curvy loft, and it's probably one of the more awesome features, I think. And I guess I better be using it because I talked enough with Fredo about putting this feature in there, and it works really well. I'm going to be lofting, you know, the top icon. So I'm going to click here, 2, 3, 4. You're clicking in order that you want it to loft. Accept it, and like, you know, right now it looks kind of like a mess. It's like, well, that's not too good. You know, you got bulging out here. So the first thing I'm going to do is come up here and set it to this method 2, which is respect tangency. What that's doing is making sure, the same way I showed you how this when I drew this spline in here, the same way I showed if the line your first control point is on that same line that you're going to be tangent. That's what's happening here all through this. So at the end of this is all guaranteed to be a nice, continuous, smooth curve. It just takes a minute to get to that point. First thing I will do for this is I'll come up and set my segments to 1. So that's getting rid of a lot of these extra lines in here. And again, this sort of looks like a mess. This is sort of a global setting here. I set everything to 1 segment in between each spline. So after that, I would come, see how this is yellow? It's yellow there. Now it's yellow here. That means when I click on this, I'll be individually editing this 1 pie. So I'm going to go ahead and bump up the segments in there. Again, since we're using this spline method here, these are tangent coming in, but you'll notice they come in tangent, whoa, but then they take this really quick turn and then kind of flatten out in the middle. I'm lost in space here, guys, sorry. Anyways, I'm going to just sort of use this Dave's drawing as a guide just so you guys can see what happens. So I'll come up to these tension controls, start adding some tension in here. Right now I'm at 40 and 40. You know, this is looking pretty good actually. The thing is, I could keep going. You know, you can bulge this out with these tensions or make it more flat how it was originally, but it's always going to keep this tangency or continuity, I think is more the real word. You'll notice up here too, it's not a radius. It's got that, it's coming in really mellow, then takes that turn and then kind of mellows out again. That's actually a smoother curve than if it was just a radius. You know, it's probably like a 11.3 curve. You know, it's not a radius, but yeah, and that's why I'm thinking, you know, industrial design, they're probably using something more like that as opposed to a bunch of radiuses. So anyways, this is actually looking good right here. So I'd just go ahead and click on that to, wow, I'm not used to these colors Dave's using. Let me flip this. So yeah, you'll see, let me select this. This blue line is showing what it would look like if it was a radius. You know, it's like just turns, but whereas this one that I drew, you know, you're seeing the difference there. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I would build that corner. From there, you know, I might just, let me work this a little more, explode this. I'm basically building a 1/4 of that thing right now, the laptop. Whoops. I'll use oh yeah, this is a recurve shortcut. What I just did, I selected 1 segment and then it went ahead and selected all of it and welded it. So, you know, now that's all 1 welded curve. That's like my favorite tool lately, the recurve. Select all and recurve all in 1 shot. This is TIG's edge by vector or whatever. No, yeah, explode that. You know, then I'll actually soften this. Soften this just to yeah, see, that needs it again. Recurve, select all. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm thinking would be kind of like the best way to do this. There's more to it, but I'll keep it sort of short for now. I'll upload this thing too so you guys can look at it. Alright.